Hey everyone, welcome to Taste Different Gaming Appetizers Special Edition. This one is. It's special because Microsoft just had their Xbox Game Showcase for 2024, and we're going to go through what was announced and what we found to be exciting for the showcase. So I will say, I was a little worried about Microsoft, a little worried about Xbox, but this showcase had a lot of good stuff in it. There was a lot of stuff that I'm really looking forward to. So, props to them on this one. I think they did a really good showcase this year. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to quickly name off all the games that were shown, and then we'll go around and talk to the guys about what they liked seeing on the showcase. So we started off with Call of Duty Black Ops 6. They showed that off, and of course, after the fact, they had a whole presentation going in depth with it, but they showed that off at the beginning. These are not going to be in order, just so you know. I'm just going to name off what they showed. But they have Indiana Jones, The Great Circle. That looked really good. We saw that last year, but they showed a little bit more of this, more of the gameplay and stuff like that, more of the story, which looked really good. Doom, The Dark Ages. That looks cool. They showed off more Avowed, which looks really good. Diablo 4, the expansion, the Vessel of Hatred. Flight Simulator 2024, which looks really good. World of Warcraft, The War Within. They just kind of showed that off and showed off that the beta is starting soon with that. Dragon Age, The Veilguard. They showed that one off. Not quite what I was expecting on that one. Assassin's Creed Shadows, that looks really good. I haven't been interested in an Assassin's Creed game for a long time, but that one looks really cool. So I'm hoping, come on Ubisoft, don't screw up on this one. Stalker 2, which looks really good. Age of Mythology Retold. So this is a remake, I believe, of the first one. And that looks good. I love Age of Mythology, so that looks fun. Fable looked really good. They had some gameplay elements in there, so that it looked like it'll be a fun game. Mixtape, which looks like how I did back in the early 90s. That one looks interesting. I'm not quite sure what it is. One that we were definitely surprised about, which at first I thought it was maybe Deus Ex, but it was actually Perfect Dark. I thought the lady at the very beginning looked like Joanna, but I was like, no, that ain't her. That does not quite look like her, but it was. So Perfect Dark looked really good. Definitely different than I was expecting, but it looked really good. So hopefully that one turns out to be really good. Expedition 33, which was a surprise. Wasn't expecting that one, but that one looked a lot of fun. That's like an RPG. South of Midnight, that one is by Compulsion Games. We have a few people. That one looks interesting. The graphics, they use this like stop motion graphics with it kind of look to it, which is a little jarring for the mind, but it looks, I don't know. I need to see more of that one, I think. Starfield Shattered Space, which comes out this year. That's the expansion to Starfield. That looked pretty good. Again, I don't know if I'll get back into Starfield, but I might for this expansion because it looks like it might be pretty cool. State of Decay 3, they showed that off. State of Decay has always been a fun game by yourself, but multiplayer has always been kind of lacking. So I'm hoping State of Decay 3 they fix that out. Wu Chang, I think that's how you say it. Fallen Feathers, that looked really good. It's like kind of looked like a Souls type game. The Elder Scrolls Gold Road. Right now, you can play all the Elder Scrolls online with all the DLC for free. And the Gold Road comes out, I believe, later this month. They showed off Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, the remake. That looked really good. Fallout 76 Skyline Valley, which is a new expansion. I believe comes out this year. I think it comes out this month, I believe. It was either this month or next month. I can't remember, but it was pretty soon. I knew Life is Strange, Double Exposure. That's the name of it. Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Looked really good. I like the Life is Strange series. A new Sea of Thieves expansion, season 13. That one looked really cool. I love Sea of Thieves. It's always something that we, from time to time, get back into and just screw around with and play and have fun in. Atomfall. That looked like an interesting title. Not quite sure on that one. We'll have to see more on Atomfall. Flintlock looks like an interesting title too. This one they showed off last year, and they showed off this one again. It looks interesting. We'll have to see how it turns out when it comes out. What is that? Winter Burrow. This one looks like kind of like the visual styles of Don't Starve. Looks like an interesting, almost kind of like a RPG kind of survival looking game is what it kind of looked like. Fragpunk. It's a 5v5. So I guess, PlayStation had to do theirs with their 5v5 games. So Xbox had to have one as well. Good luck. And then Mecha Break. Mecha Break looked really cool. They did show this off last year. It looks like a multiplayer mech game because they are having a beta coming up soon. So I'm assuming it is a multiplayer mech game, but it kind of looks like we were hoping it was Robotech, but it was Mecha Break, which they had shown before. And then the very last thing they showed, which is super exciting, was Gears of War E-Day. That looks really good. It was all just 3D CG trailer. There wasn't really gameplay or anything like that, but I love Gears of War. Last one was great, and I'm excited to play E-Day when it comes out. There was no release date for E-Day, so we don't know. That one looked like it's probably pretty far out, but at least we know a new Gears of War is in the making. So that's what that was showing off. They had a lot of great games that were showing off. Like I said, I think they had a really good combination or a really good list of games here that I'm really looking forward to. A lot of games are coming out in October, unfortunately. So not just from Xbox, but even from the other showcases they've had, Summer Games Fest and stuff like that. There was a lot of games announced for October release date. And there was a lot of games announced here that were October release dates. So we got a lot of games coming in October and around that area, around the fall time. September, October, probably even November. There's a lot of games coming out. So, get your backlog caught up over the summer because when we hit the fall, it's going to get busy again. But let's go around and see what everybody thought of the conference and what their favorite highlights for them were. Pat, what about you, buddy? What did you like the conference, and what did you see that excited you as far as what was shown off?
I think for me, one of the most exciting things that I saw was that Expedition 33 game. That looked really, really cool. I was like, what is this? It's got a nitty gritty feel to it, but it's got turn-based combat. About the only thing I saw that I didn't like is it's got the twitch skills in the turn-based, like hit this button to do a perfect dodge and then hit this button to do like a perfect strike so you get additional damage or damage reduction, which was cool. I just don't like the twitch skills typically, but the game looked cool. It didn't, a lot of the turn-based games, we were chatting about this during that, they come out recently, and it's been coming out recently is more cartoony style graphics, and this is more nitty gritty kind of graphics, which I'm like, okay, that looks really cool, and I'm really excited to try that one. I really thought that we were getting another Deus Ex, and that was my other one, was that Perfect Dark, because I'm like, it looks really good, but there's also no release date on that. The stuff that I thought looked really good, is probably not coming out this year. Like that Expedition 33 was sometime next year, I think, and then the Perfect Dark one didn't even have a release date or when it was coming out. And then obviously for me, the Gears of War E-Day was like the next one. It's just, it looks great with, it's all CGI as Nick said, but the last one was amazing. I enjoyed the crap out of it, and the co-op was really awesome, and then now I need me a new Xbox. I need a new Galaxy Xbox, but I don't have $600 to spare, so I probably won't be getting it, but because it's 2 terabytes instead of your 1 terabyte, but there's quite a few games on that list that were pretty awesome. And, a couple of them that are coming out this year, I can't wait to try the Stalker 2 game, so, and then the Mecha Break, that one, I was really hoping it was Robotech. I'm like, that looks like Robotech, and at first I'm like, oh, that's some Mech Warrior games. And I'm like, oh, no, looks like Robotech. They're all flying around in Robotech style mechs. And the next thing you know, it's a game called Mecha Break. So we'll have to see. I don't know what to think about it yet, but it looked cool. So that was enough to grab my attention. But the Expedition 33 is probably top on my list at all that I saw. Shane, what about you, man? What was some of the highlighted ones that you were super excited about coming out at the Snake Eater?
Unfortunately, I think you pretty well nailed my list almost. Expedition 33, out of everything that was shown, um, that I didn't know about prior, is the one that caught me most off guard and the one that's got me really freaking excited. Um, I mean, a turn based RPG for one. I kind of agree with Pat with the Twitch part of it, having to hit extra square for the, extra damage, perfect block or whatever. But I'm still good with it because of the way the game looked, the combat, and the way the game looked. It gives me a lot of hope. Granted, my my dreams have been dashed by Microsoft a few times, but I think overall they nailed this conference. There's things we knew about, things we didn't know about. Doom: The Dark Ages is probably the second one on my list of holy crap. It looked phenomenal, obviously, because it's Doom. But the setting that they kind of put it in was like a blend of Doom with some medieval stuff. I mean, Doom guy had this furry coat vest, you know, carpet thing draping from his back. It's so doomy. I loved it. The the perfect dark one though, we were all like, no, this is this game. No, it's Deus Ex. No, and then all you hear is somebody say dark, and Nick's like, perfect dark. We were in the same room when we saw him put his finger at the screen. So that one looked really cool. It was purely CG, so a lot can be guesstimated about that game, but it did really look cool. They did have some gameplay. I do apologize. Indiana Jones really is looking good. I I love Indiana Jones. Grew up on it. First thing Pat asked was, "Where's Short Round?" He better be in here somewhere. Damn it! So I think that one there is really pushing my gears here. Everything about this show was really good overall. The worst game I think was Frag Punk. I just think society has had enough of these 5v5 games, these PvP games. That's literally, they come out, you play, they die, that's it. I mean, that's what this game is going to do with so many others. Um, Diablo, I've pretty much grown out of that. I didn't. This newest one was fine. I haven't really touched any of the DLC, so I really don't care about that. Winterbro doesn't look to be my type of game. It looked cute as crap, but but that Mecha Break though, I think we were all pretty excited for that one. So there was a lot of good games in this one, but I think Doom, E Day, and Indiana Jones were my big picks. So what about you, Nick? What 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 made you just go tee?
What made me tee hee? I think that the biggest one for me, which is a game that's probably quite a ways out, is the Gears of War E Day. Um, I was really hoping for a new Gears of War, and it looks really good. It's like it's the emergence day, so it's basically when when the locusts are coming out of the emerging and taking over the city and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. Dom and Marcus, um, when they're younger and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm that one's probably I'm most excited about. I think, even though it's probably a few years away on that one. Expedition 33 looks really good. Um, I'm hoping it's good. It's a turn-based RPG. It looks really good. So I'm excited for that. Doom: The Dark Ages looks awesome. I mean, there was a lot of good ones. Perfect Dark looked really good. Avowed looked really good. And I'm excited to play Avowed. Um, I would agree that, uh, yeah, Frag Punk, I would agree. I mean, just like Concord, which is coming to PlayStation, which is their 5v5. Like I was telling the guys, like there's a problem besides these 5v5 games, like Shane was saying, dying off pretty quickly. There's a big problem too, is Valorant's coming to console. And Valorant is super popular on the PC side. So it's just pretty, I think Valorant, this is my own speculation is I think Valorant's just going to overshadow these two once it comes to consoles. So, because like I said, Valorant's already popular on PC, and when it's coming to console, it's just going to be even more popular. So, these other 5v5s aren't going to fit into it. The one that I was most not necessarily disappointed, just kind of like I'm not sure what direction they're taking it, was Dragon Age. Dragon Age seemed like I didn't like the graphical look of it. It almost looked kind of cartoony, like World of Warcraft look to it. And it almost seemed like they didn't show any gameplay or anything like that, but it almost seemed like a multiplayer, like maybe a multiplayer hack and slash or something like that. And it's like, the thing I love about Dragon Age, especially the Origins, which is my favorite, is like the deep RPG aspect of it. Like, don't turn it into an action game. Like, turn it into an action game, then it's not Dragon Age anymore. Then it's just, I mean, even Inquisition, which I thought Inquisition was fun, but Inquisition was still, again, kind of pointing it more in that action path. But I'd like for it to go back to its original, it's the original Origins. I don't think they'll ever do that, but this seemed more like a multiplayer, like possibly hack and slash multiplayer game, which I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that. So that one was kind of disappointing.
I think the biggest disappointment, my biggest issue with this showcase was the dates, the release dates. They didn't have very many release dates for many of the big games. You got TBD 2024, TBD 2025 on many of them. And that's concerning. Now, and the ones that, are going to be released this year, as Nick said, a lot of them are coming in October. So that's one of my biggest problems is the fact that they have so many games that they announce, but they don't have a lot of release dates on them. Indiana Jones has been in the work for quite a while. Right now, it's still TBA 2024. The Metal Gear, that's TBA 2024 as well. And then you're going to have games like Gears of War, which is probably going to be late 26. Depending on when they actually started on it. That's probably my biggest gripe about this is there's so many games in here with no set date. Now, granted, I don't want a set date if you're just going to push the shit back all the time, but a lot of these games did not have a solid release date. I think probably 75, 80% of them didn't have a solid release date. So that's disconcerting to me. That's my biggest issue with the showcase is the fact that I can't mark my calendar for Gears of War or Doom Guy or Expedition 33, which is, I'm really pumped for, but when do I get to play it? There's no set dates for any of these things. So that's disconcerting to me. Now, granted, we don't want Microsoft to rush things because we've all been Redfalled before. We don't want to be Redfalled again.
Yeah. I am worried about Dragon Age. The Veilguard looks what they've shown. I'm like, that's not Dragon Age. It looks horrible to me, but hopefully it's just a weird trailer because it's not the nitty gritty of what I'm used to seeing for Dragon Age, And I agree with Nick. Origins is the best. Like, I played the crap out of Origins. I loved it. I loved going on the deep roads in that game, and going into the dwarven tides and things like that. And I've never gotten that experience out of the other Dragon Age. The other Dragon Age games are good, but they're not Origin, right? So, but this Veilguard, it looks like I don't know. It looks like the trailer for like Valorant or something. When you're watching it, you're like, is this Valorant? Is this one of those 5v5 shooter games? Because that's what you're making it look like, which I know it's not. It's just the way they did the art style of the trailer, I hope is not translative to the art style of the game because I don't like it. From what I've seen from the trailer, I'm like, hopefully it's just one of those CGI trailer character introduction trailers is what it, and that's what they intended to be. And, but I want to see some gameplay and I want to see, I want to see what it looks like, because it's supposed to be coming out sometime this year. So you got 6 months left in the year. You got quite full 6 months left, and you're not showing me a whole lot of gameplay. So, I'm a little worried about Dragon Age in that aspect. And I'm already over Starfield. I beat it, and got through a second run through, and I'm just like, I just can't do it again. So, it may be good for those that are out there still playing it, but I am not. I'm not looking to go back to Starfield when Shattered Space comes out. So I'll keep looking for the new stuff. And then Shane's talking about the Metal Gear Solid. I didn't think they had a release date at all for that. I thought it just said there was no release date for it. It's supposed to be coming out this year.
It just says TBA 2024. Konami only makes a game once every 6-7 years anymore, so it just, there's no telling. Metal Gear Solid 3 is tied probably for my favorite Metal Gear, because 1 and 3 were just freaking amazing, especially 3. There was so many unique things to it. Kojima just went Kojima all over that thing, and that's one of the reasons I loved it. So that does worry me about the release dates. Now, keep in mind, Metal Gear is a Konami game. It is not Microsoft, so that's on Konami. But a lot of these first party games from Microsoft did not have those dates, and that is disconcerting. But you were talking about the graphics for Dragon Age. One thing we were all laughing about when we were watching the showcase was there a game come up called South of Midnight. I'm not going to disparage it at all, but the art style caught the three of us completely off guard, because it has a claymation stop motion kind of a feel to it, where things kind of feel juddery, and they shouldn't. Or they should, but they shouldn't. But it is a very interesting looking game. If I try to describe it, you would think I was a meth head. I mean, it's just a crazy looking trailer they gave us. But that one I thought was kind of neat. So if you want to check it out, Just let us know what you think. Are you seeing the same thing we saw in the trailer? Because it's crazy, but it kind of got me interested too, just because it is crazy. I like a little crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was looking up some, what people are saying about Dragon Age, and a lot of them are pretty much reflecting the same stuff that we are. The art style, the fact that it made it look like almost like a hero shooter instead of Dragon Age. Like Dragon Age has always been like dark, gritty, like, it's always been the original ones and stuff, but even Inquisition was trying to be like more of dark and gritty. And this just looks so like poppy and cartoony. It's like, this is not Dragon Age. This is just like some weird, like even some people are saying, is this a spinoff? But it's not. It's a main entry. So it's like,
that's what I was saying. I thought it was a spinoff.
Yeah, no, it's a main entry. So it's like,
yeah. I was saying the whole time we were watching it, no, this can't be the game, because this looks like if it's the game, because as soon as I heard Varric speaking, I'm like, crap. And I'm like, this better be the spinoff like they were talking about. I'm like, maybe they made some type of MOBA game or some Valorant style game with it. And then next thing you know, that's Veilguard. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah, so it's like they borrowed shit. It's like they borrowed the character designer from Sea of Thieves to make their characters in there. It's just, it does not work. It just don't.
No, because I mean, one of the biggest problems is we have a lot of games like that, right? We have like the thing that was cool about Dragon Age, especially Origins, is it was unique. It was different, right? We didn't have a lot of games like that, and we still don't, that were like Origins. Like if you go back and play Origins, we don't have a lot of games like that. And so, of course, Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, varied greatly from the play style of Origins, but still kept that dark and gritty kind of look about everything. And this just looks like a poppy, cartoonish, like happy-go-lucky version of like, they sprinkled sunshine and rainbows throughout the entirety of Dragon Age, and it was like, You know, because every time they showed off the character, they were busting through like a 5v5, like a hero shooter, right? Like, oh, meet this character, bam, and the slow-mo action and everything. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? What are we doing? Come on, BioWare, what the hell are you
they're
doing?
Borderlandsing
Who's
it.
smoking what there? Seriously, get off of it.
We're going to mimic Borderlands here. It's Claptrap, and you know.
That's a good way to describe it. That really is how it feels. It's just, look at it's Bob. Hey, Bob. What can you do? And Bob shoots things. Yeah,
not what I was expecting to see for that one, and it's very disappointing. So they better come out with a gameplay trailer and stat, because I think this is going to go down negatively for them, because it's not Dragon Age, as Nick has said. This is definitely damn straight not Dragon Age, and if that's why I love Dragon Age, but this game doesn't even scratch. That trailer doesn't even scratch anything on the list of the games they showed to me to break the top 10.
No.
Yeah, I love Dragon Age 2, and I was excited to see what the new one's going to look like. And as soon as it started, I'm like, you know, these guys weren't sure if it was Dragon Age, and I was like, oh god, it's Dragon Age. I'm like, why does it look like that? Why does it look like this? Like, we haven't seen gameplay. This was all CG-ish kind of looking thing. So, you know, the gameplay could show us that, you know, it might end up being really good. We don't really know, but I mean, like Pat was saying, the trailer does not do it any justice. So it's like they need to bring out gameplay or show more about this game quickly, or people are already kind of, reading the comments and stuff out there about the trailer. People are already put off by it. Like pretty much I don't think I read one comment, and I'm not saying there isn't, but I didn't read one comment where someone was like, I like it. No, there was nobody. Everybody was, in a Dragon Age fan that was thinking the exact same thing that, we're thinking, because we're fans of Dragon Age as well. What the hell was that? And so, you got to turn it around. Otherwise, like, if it ends up being what we hope it's not, then, yeah, it's going to really suck. That's probably the most disappointing thing, in that entire presentation was just Dragon Age, I think, for me personally.
Yeah, right. So we'll have to see.
Go ahead, Pat.
I was just saying there was nothing in there but character introduction, and I'm like, so is that what that was intended to be? Because I was expecting when I see a trailer, I'm going to hear about, because it was originally called Dreadwolf, because we were talking about Solus was supposed to be the bad guy, and now I'm like, is he still the bad guy? What did we get? What are we doing here? So
is it possible that Dreadnought is still in works, and this is just another iteration?
Dreadwolf changed to the Veilguard. It changed names.
So it's almost like, did you guys cancel Dreadwolf and start making this, or what?
It almost seems like they did. Like, it seems like, because they were having a problem for a long time with Dragon Age, not knowing which direction to take it, because Dreadwolf was talked about for a long time, and it seemed like they were refreshing Dreadwolf quite a few times, and because we didn't really hear much about it, and so it almost seems like they may have changed directions and then went with this. According to this, you, together with your companions, you will challenge a pair of corrupt ancient gods who have broken free from the centuries of darkness and are hellbent on destroying the world. Rise as Rook, Dragon Age's newest hero, but be who you want to be and play how you want to play as you fight to stop the gods from blighting the world.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because that's what I don't know, because it was just when they show off like 8 characters or 7 characters or something, and they all had their own little, like, it's just the quirky comedian, and this is the serious shooter chick, the serious sniper, and this is the mage.
It really did have that vibe, and it just really it's just on that. I'll tell you though, one thing that made me happy to see was Stalker 2. That game has had development issues because of the war and everything going on in Ukraine, because it's a Ukrainian developer. It was nice to see that out there. It was nice to have that one. Does have a release date. It's early September, like 5th, I think it was. So very happy to see that, and it looks really, really good. It's made on Unreal Engine 5. So it's going to be a good looking game. Trailer the gameplay they showed made it look really sexy. So I really can't wait for that one. I'm pretty pumped. So the the was the mixtape one. That one there is I want to see more on because it just looks so weird and fun. But I have no idea what you're doing, what the story is, what's my motivation. I have no idea. It was one of those trailers that
Teenage
catches
angst in the 80s and 90s.
That's
what it is.
Yeah, that's about all I got from it. I mean, it may not be no road to Guangdong, but it looks like it could be pretty fun, or at least interesting. So
yeah, we got a lot of games to look forward to. I mean, there's some coming out this month, some coming out next month, and then a lot in like October, and then like September, and then August. Obviously, is going to be a pretty heavy time. Flintlock is coming out. The Siege of Dawn comes out next month. City of Villains or Sea of Thieves. Sorry, Sea of Thieves is coming out with their next season. Where you can become a villain.
Yep, so we need to definitely get back into our pirate outfits for that.
We need a new navigator, right? A new ship steer. Somebody who likes to stare at the pole of the ship. So,
yep, our last one, he couldn't handle it no more.
So just to put out there,
we're taking applications.
Dragon Age official gameplay reveal will be on June 11th.
Well, they better hurry up. They got 2 days of this fervent fan base going, what is this crack? Everybody's scratching their head going, what?
Yeah. So they're making a Saturday morning cartoon? Is that what we're doing?
They're making a 5v5 shooter? What? They're making a MOBA?
Yeah. So overall, though, I give this show a lot of credit. I think Microsoft unveiled a lot. And I think they've got a lot of interesting games out there coming. Like I said, my biggest issue with the show itself was just the fact that there's many games first party that do not have set release dates. But I also said I don't want games to be pushed, so don't give me release dates, so I don't get disappointed. But yeah, E-Day Gears of War was a definite surprise, but Expedition 33 is on my probably the highest on my list from this show. I mean, it just looks like it could be really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Avowed. They didn't have a concrete release date for it either. They just still said this year. I love Obsidian and a lot of the stuff they do, so I'm really looking forward to Avowed. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of things in here. Expedition 33, I think, like I said, for me, my most excited for is E-Day, Gears of War E-Day. I think that one got me the most, tickled my pickle the most on that one. But that one's really far out. Like, who knows? That one's probably a couple of years away. So as far as stuff coming out soon or within the next year or this year or next year, Expedition 33, Doom, Avowed, there was a lot of good ones on there. I don't know how many of these are multi-platform. Probably quite a few of them are multi-platform, but we know the ones that Microsoft owns are going to be, Xbox and PC, such as Perfect Dark, Gears, Indiana Jones. I think Call of Duty is going to be multi-platform more than likely.
Call of Duty has to be multi-platform. That was part of that. Whatever that government bullcrap was, they did all the contracts. Stuff. Even Nintendo apparently going to get it. So we'll see how that goes on the Switch.
And you got State of Decay 3, which all we got was just the announcement trailer, really. It's CGI trailer. It's yet to be announced date. So
they announced State of Decay 3 a long time ago. So
yeah,
it's nice to see that they're still working on it. Like I said at the beginning, State of Decay is a great game to play by yourself. Even though it has multiplayer, that's really the fun part of the game. At least for me, was just playing it by myself. And I did. I played it and beat it by myself. I think there's 3 maps in the game. I think I beat all 3 maps completely. So
yeah, but that's because when me and Pat go into your game to play, it literally does nothing for us.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We get to save some equipment. That's about it. Then you got me and Pat bitching for 4 hours. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? I don't get nothing.
Right. Yeah, the co-op is where they need to fix it, right? If they can fix the co-op and expand the base building. I mean, they have base building. Yeah. I want it to really expand it and make the co-op like true drop in, drop out, like progress of multi progression. Everybody gets progressed co-op, like you're living together in the world, not like this is my world and you're just a friend in it, right? That's how the old ones
Yeah, kind
feel.
of like be like a dedicated server that's persistent, right? That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool. Persistent world.
But if they do that, then it'll be great. Because I mean, I love State of Decay. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. But again, it's a lot of fun to play by yourself.
Yeah.
Even though it has co-op, it's not a great co-op game. It's a great just play by yourself game. So, all right. Anything else you guys wanted to highlight or talk about or bring up?
No, I just need dates and money.
Yeah, I need a Galaxy console, so
Yeah.
Oh, the Galaxy looks sick.
Yeah, they did show off 3 new console.
Yep, a digital version of
Mm-hmm.
a white digital version of the Series X, which looked really sick. I believe Pat, you said it was $449.
Yep, $449.
And then they're coming with the 1 terabyte Series S in white because that previously only in black, but now they're going to do the white one, which is awesome. But Pat's Galaxy, that one looks, it's a 2 terabyte console, and it looks just awesome, just freaking awesome. So
it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
one thing that I would buy it.
One thing I wish Microsoft would do is they would come up with more skins, those wraps like they did with the Starfield. I thought that was a really neat idea because you're not putting stickers and crap on your console. It's just a little Velcro thing and you're good to go. I like that. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. The Galaxy Edition's cool. It's got a green base and then the black box with the green speckles all over it, look like stars or whatever. It just looks really cool. Like I so want that Galaxy Xbox. It looks really nice.
Yep. Pre-order now because scalpers are going to get them fast.
It's not ready for pre-order yet, but so that one is only going to be in select markets. And it says in a couple months we'll provide information on market availability and the ERP, the estimated retail pricing, as we when we share pre-order details. So
I might be looking to offload a regular Series X here.
Yeah, I might be doing the same, depending on what it is. I might be. Ooh, that Galaxy just makes me want to. Yeah, I want that.
I want that
too. Not me, man. I got to treat my Xboxes like a Herpy or a Pokemon. I'm going to catch them all. So, son gets a new hand-me-down.
Oh, I won't sell my old one. I'll just give it to.
I'll sell mine.
I'll probably give it to Briar, and then I'll use the Galaxy one because Mason's already got one. But or do something with it. But anyway, yeah. So overall, I think the presentation was really good. I think they, as far as like, we had Summer's Game Fest. We had PlayStation had a State of Play, which this summer PlayStation really their State of Play was very lackluster. Didn't have a lot of stuff to show off. Even Jeff Keighley's Summer of Games, their presentation on day one was kind of lackluster as well. There was a few good looking games in there, but most of it was a lot of stuff we already knew about and everything like this. I think this showcase had the most surprises of games that I didn't know were coming, and a lot more games showed off that I'm excited to see. So good on Microsoft. I think they probably had the best conference this year. We still have Ubisoft Forward conference, which no one cares about. If you want to see more Assassin's Creed Shadows, which does look good, I'll give it that. That does look good. They probably won't show anything else but that Aleph, I would imagine. Maybe another Watch Dogs. No, they say they're done with that franchise. So, finally.
Jesus,
I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, I know they have some other showcases and stuff like that. But does Nintendo have one? Are they going to do something?
No, I haven't seen anything advertised or announced about a treehouse. Yeah. That's what they call theirs, right? Treehouses.
Right, the treehouse. Yeah. I didn't see anything either, so I don't know if they got something coming up.
But you know what? Nintendo doesn't follow anything or anyone. No. So, I mean, they could pop out one at midnight tonight and just be like, there you go.
Yeah, right.
So Either way,
Anyway.
it'll have something with Smash Brothers in it.
Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully something about the Switch too. That'd be great. So anyway, that's our thoughts on the Xbox showcase. Let us know down in the comments below. What do you all think? Did you all watch it? What game did you see? A game that excited you the most? Which one, if there was, what excited you the most, and what maybe disappointed you or didn't look good to you? Let us know in the comments below what you thought of the games that were shown off. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, if you enjoyed watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Helps out. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps us. And hit the bell notifications so you can stay up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.